And here we go. It's race time. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode, guys, of Let's Make Massa World Champion Series. We're here for round 16 at Suzuka in some beautiful conditions right now. Here for the final 5 races of the season, guys, of Series 1. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for supporting the series, guys, and liking the video, subscribing as well, and giving your support to me as well. Last time out in Kuala Lumpur, guys, we picked up a crucial win as well, and we closed the gap down from Valtteri Bottas to 37 points with 5 races to go. So it's really an average of really 8 points a race now, realistically, to stand a chance of winning this Drivers' Championship. We've got to take some big points out of Valtteri Bottas in these races coming up here. But we're at Suzuka, and I don't know if you can see the standings there, but it just proves we've moved up to P2 in the standings right there, and we're closing in again on Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, which we'll go into very much later on there. But we are here for the Grand Prix, and it should be a very exciting race, this one. Suzuka's been a great track for us in the past in career mode. We've won quite a few races here, and we'll see if we can pull off another win and our second on the bounce in the series. But here's the grid then for the Japanese Grand Prix, and it is the Red Bulls locking out the front row for the first time this season, I believe, with Vettel in P3, then it's us in P4 on the soft tyres with our teammate Lance Stroll in P5, with Hamilton in P6, Alonso 7th, Ocon 8th, and Bottas, our rival, is down in 10th place with a poor qualifying, but he has a fresh set of tyres to start off with, so we've got to keep an eye on him in this race. And I just want to quickly say as well, the Manners are on the grid, but they get disqualified at the end of the session and at the end of the first lap, so it is F1 2017 realistic here, guys. All the drivers in the 2017 season and all the teams as well, so it should be quite interesting right there. Matthew, thank you very much for subscribing, my friend. Do appreciate that. But we are here on the grid then, and we have got a bit of rain, guys. You can see right in the middle of the race there, so that's going to be very cheeky and very interesting to see how that pans out for us later on. So I may jump on to a set of hard tyres just when the rain comes if we pit early as you can see there, as lap 3, which is very surprising, I've got to say, from the game. But on your screen is the setup, guys. It is the same one we ran at Hungary, if I'm honest with you guys. So it's the Hungary setup. It got us P4 on the grid, which I'm very happy about, and we'll see how we get on there. But the target today, guys, of likes is 200 likes on this video, guys. If you're watching this back, of course, if you're watching it live, of course, you know the real target as well. And if you're new around here, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn notification on if you want to see more of this series, guys. And also, you guys can vote right now in the top right hand corner of the screen if you want to vote for a driver you want me to take part in for Series 2. It is realistically going to be between the 2 Red Bull drivers of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. And I want to confirm this to you guys right now who are watching this back. If it's Ricciardo, a shoey will happen if we win the championship. So a little bit of motivational there for you guys if you want to go for Danny Rick. But I know a lot of you are massive fans of Max Verstappen and you want me to drive as him. So I am opening the door for Verstappen fans as well to keep you out there. But we will see how this pans out here. I am dreading this race, but as Vettel just goes very slowly on the formation lap. Don't know what he's doing. And I've been disqualified from the formation lap. Thanks, Seb, for braking early. Very much appreciated, mate. So we get a bit of time to chill. We actually have some time to chill right now, but what a flop there from... We're just going to skip the formation lap. Screw it. Let's just skip it. We'll be waiting ages parking that position, but here we go then. At the Japanese Grand Prix, we are going to go green for round 16 of the series, and the lights are out, and away we go here in Suzuka. And it's a great start from Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen's already taken the lead of the Grand Prix. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 with our teammate taking the outside. Hamilton moves up to P4 as well. We've been glued to the back of our teammate with the glue glitch, which is not ideal. We've dropped 2 positions at the start. Stroll's going to go for a cheeky move on Hamilton, potentially, but this is not a good start for us in this Grand Prix. We've been passed by both Hamilton and our teammate, so that's not what we need. And our tyres are literally off right now. I don't know what's going on. The 2 laps there isn't going to help us there, as we lose the backhand out there a little bit. But we are going to be changing strategies up a little bit here and go onto the hard tyres and just try and preserve doing a 2-stop strategy here if we can, or it's going to be 3 stops most likely with the rain around. But going to go down the inside of our teammate here, just a little bit too deep though, and we need to make contact there, but we just about get it done there, and Lance Stroll did the right thing to back out of it there, and we ran a little bit too deep in the corner, but Stroll's going to come back at us then. But what a poor start, what a bad start for us there, and the Red Bull's pulling away from the rest of the pack now, which is obviously not what we need, of course, for the championship, but we'll have to wait and see how this pans out, this Grand Prix. With the rain in the middle of the race, anything can happen with strategy whatsoever. We don't know what tyres people are going on. We've got to keep an eye on Bottas, though, who is down in that 11th place, but has a fresh set of tyres, as the Manas have been disqualified, as you can see on the screen, confirming it is now the full 2017 drivers on the grid now for this race. And the back end slides out again out of that corner, but that's not too bad actually, 22%. That's not too bad actually. But here comes Stroll. Look at the speed our teammates got down the straight. Well, I've got to give props to Stroll actually for getting some points in Canada. So fair play to you, Lance Stroll. You did well there to finish the race and score points. So fair play to you, mate. Anyway, we're now back onto that Mercedes then of Lewis Hamilton, who's got a little bit of dirty air from Sebastian Vettel, who somehow got driver of the day in Canada. I don't know how he got it, but I would have given it to Ocon personally, but I'm not the person who makes the votes here. But got a good run on Lewis Hamilton then. We're going to try and make a move on him there, but we're going to back out of it there. Just too risky to make a pounce on him there, and we'll just lose too much time right there. So we could try and make a pounce here at the hairpin if we can. But we're going to stay as we are for the time being. Just make sure that we're going to get a good run here. Out towards Spoon Corner we come, and it's a great corner, this one, Spoon. You've got to get it absolutely spot on if you want to do well on there. But look at the run we've got on Hamilton there. Down the inside, we're going to go on Hamilton to Spoon, and we get the job done on Lewis, and we're up to P4. Just had a brilliant exit out of the hairpin, and just had a great lunge on Hamilton. So we're now up to P4, back to where we started, as we're going to try and hunt down Sebastian Vettel next as we go purple in the middle sector. But obviously, it's the second lap, of course, so... And Jeff is already on the blower regarding tyres, so I wonder what Jeff's going to say right now. But it's only 2 laps into the Grand Prix, so don't expect people to pit just yet. Keep current. We're not pitting at the end of this lap. Jeff, what are you thinking? We're not pitting straight away. That's bad. Bad call, Jeff. Bad call. The pit at the end of lap 2. Nah. Look at our tyres. The tyres are fine. We'll be fine. That's not what we want. Hashtag GG Jeff in the chat right now, guys. Hashtag GG Jeff. So we're going to take this very nicely. But remember, guys, all my streams from Monday to Friday will be on at 8 o'clock UK time. So if you are new to the channel, guys, and you want to make sure you don't miss out on the streams, it is 8 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday, on this channel, guys. So make sure you are here at 8 o'clock, because I know you guys want to see a race, of course. So we've got to go then right onto the back of Seb Vettel then. DRS is now enabled as well. I'm just trying to read the chat, guys, as quickly as possible, but we are going to jump onto the hard tyres next and go all the way to when the rain comes. I don't think the mediums can get us there, if I'm honest with you guys. So we're going to go as long as possible on the hard tyres. We could maybe do a cheeky undercut here, but look at the run we've got on Vettel. I told you the Williams is good in a straight line, and we're going to get past him easily before 130R and move ourselves up to 3rd position. But we may try an undercut here. You know what? I'm tempted by an undercut right now. But Verstappen is staying out. Is Ricciardo in the pits or not? Ricciardo's in already. So Danny Rick is the first man to pit, is he? No, he's not. I thought someone was coming in then. But here comes Vettel once again down the straight. But we are going to pit this lap to try and do an undercut. Vettel's gone very wide into turn 1. Nearly cuts across us there. But we get the position back on him there. Just ran a little bit too deep into that corner. And we've now up to P3 as we try and hunt down at least one of the Red Bulls. As Ricciardo, as you can see, is nowhere to be seen right now up the road. So there he is, just up towards coming to the end of the 1st sector for him. So we're going to go into lean mix now, save a little bit of tyre wear right now and see if we can go a bit longer on these tyres. But I think I'm going to try and do an undercut here and try and get past Max Verstappen in the pit stops if we can. If he goes in, we will stay out. So that's the plan. If he pits, we stay out for another lap and go absolutely full guns blazing on Rich Mix and try and get past him at the pit stops. But you got to remember traffic as well as a factor as well. So if Max Verstappen pits, we stay out. If he doesn't, we pit and we take the gamble trying to do an undercut on him. So I haven't done many undercuts in the series, guys. You guys know we like to go as long as possible on the tyres. So a little bit interesting to see if this works for us or not, but we'll wait and see. Rima, thank you very much for subscribing, as Vettel's going down the inside of us into 130R and gets the job done. Oh, and Vettel just lifts through 130R. We had nowhere to go, but I don't know what Vettel was doing, and he goes very slowly. So maybe his tyres are going off the cliff. Is Verstappen pitting? No, he's not. We're going to go into the pits, and Vettel's coming in as well. Oh, my game didn't break. For God's sake, we got a bloody slowdown penalty. And we've got a broken front wing as well. What is going on, game? Game, what are you doing? Putting me on a front wing. Oh, dear. That has not worked. Okay, we've got a penalty, but we've got to take it on the chin. We've got to focus now. I need to put that aside. We need to focus now. Let's focus, guys. You need to give me motivation right now. Give me some motivation in the chat. I need motivation right now. I got under pressure from Vettel there. I've got to put that aside now. I've got to focus on getting this through. I was hoping for a time penalty, if I'm honest, but it's a slam dunk penalty on there. But it is getting a bit overcast right now, I'm not going to lie. Very quickly, but I think the hards is the best strategy for us, personally, but we're in last place as well, which is quite funny, I'm not going to lie. As I can see the bottles right now coming into the chat right now. Yep, Lord Bottlemore strikes again. We're going to stay out as long as possible before we have to pit, of course, so before we get 3 laps in drive-thrus. But look at the run we've got on Alonso. Just shows you how slow the Honda is on this game. I've got to lie. Not going to lie. We go down the inside of Alonso. Up to P19 we go. Next up for us is Ocon in the Force India as Stroll's coming in the pits. As Verstappen still goes out. I'm pretty sure he's pitting now, Max. Yep, we've got 2 laps to serve it. So we're not going to pit this lap. We're going to go again. Just try and put a gap to Alonso if we can. As it is getting a bit dark now, I'm not going to lie. Oh my lord, that was close. Holy mother. Right there. That was close, as we've got a few people in the pits, and we move up to 17th, so we didn't really gain anything from that, but... Is that a Ferrari, actually? Is that Raikkonen? I'm not too sure. But you got to remember, some of these guys who have not pitted, of course, ahead of us, are going to be in a great position if they're on the hard tyres. I don't know who's on the hards or who's on the mediums, but they can think, with this rain coming, that they could be in with a shot here, but we just got to keep praying. Give me some motivation, guys, right now. I just need you guys motivation speeches from all of you right now. Let's go. I'm going to use Rich now until the rain comes and then go into... Oh my lord, hello. What's going on up here then? We've got a bit of a traffic jam, it seems, right now. So this is going to help, actually. If they all are bunched up like this, we can claw back some positions right now. So that's what I'm planning on doing. We have to pit this lap for the drive-thru, unfortunately, but that's what it is. But I don't know what's going on up ahead. There is no safety car, remember, in the series. And we've got to serve the drive-thru this lap, as they're all going 2 wide into 130R. As you can see, look how much we've gained already on this pack. And if... Actually, there's Lewis Hamilton. So if they all stay in line like this, we can close the gap back again, as we've got someone coming into the pits. So we're going to make sure we're at 50 miles an hour that time around, as we see Bottas is coming to pits already. As Ericsson's pitting. And look at that, 7 laps he's gone on hard tyres. right there. So that's interesting there from Pascal. Is he? Oh no, he's on hards again. So we're not last, so that's a benefit, I guess. But anything can happen in this race, guys. We've got plenty of time to gain some positions right now, but my priority now is to go for it on these hard tyres and pray that that train that you saw gets held up, as Ricciardo was in that, who was leading the Grand Prix, remember. So we've done pretty well to claw back time, considering we had a front wing prop change as well, which I didn't even know about actually, because the game never told me by popping up on the pop-up screen saying, oh, we're putting you for a new wing there. So we'll see. But we just got to go for it now. That's surprising though that the hards didn't last that long, 7 laps. So I was very surprised to see that. So as long as we can manage these, people may pit twice before the rain comes, before it comes to intermediate conditions. So this could work in my favour, possibly, but I'm not going to rule anything out right now. It's all going to depend on when the rain comes, if it's going to help us or not. So keep an eye out for the rain, guys, if you want, on the game, because I have no idea. As Carlos Sainz leads the Grand Prix for Toro Rosso, so good job there for Sainz, who had an absolute banger of a crash, I've got to say, in the series. So we'll see how this pans out, but the unpredictable weather is going to play a massive factor on who's going to win this Grand Prix. And we know we've been good in the wet, and I think that's rain already. Don't tell me that's rain already. Oh my god, it is. We've got rain already, lads and girls, on the main straight. Oh dear. And Ericsson's struggling, you can see already. Oh my god, that was close to Marcus there. Run a little bit too deep there, but I've just got to get past him quickly. That Sauber is not particularly nice to be behind, if I'm honest with you. And also, we've got to think about when to pit for Inters to just try and gain time on the rest of the field, of course. So we're going to get a good run here on Marcus here. We're going to try and go around his outside into this corner. We've been a little bit of contact there, but we're going to hold it around the outside still on Ericsson, and we're going to get it done. And we move ourselves up now to P17 as we chase down everyone's favourite British driver right now, Jolyon Palmer, in that banana car, which I have no idea where he is on the map. So we've turned it off just to make it unpredictable for me to see where the field is. And it just makes it more interesting and more challenging as well at the same time. So Palmer is on the hard tyres. And it's starting to get a little bit bad. Sebastian Vettel leads the Grand Prix then right now. So we've got to keep an eye on Seb as well. He's got to be pitting again, surely, off the soft tyres. Verstappen's also on softs, I believe. I still think it's too early to pit though. Hulkenberg's in the pits. So we're going to gain hopefully another position on him. And we do indeed. As we don't know what tyres he's on, but we're up now to P16. As we can see, Kevin Magnussen just up the road there for the Haas team. And I don't know if it's me, but are you guys seeing that I'm struggling for grip right now? Do you think we should pit maybe next lap or this lap for intermediates right now? I don't see the need to pit now. It may be a risk, but I'm starting to struggle a little bit for grip right now. I'm just hoping the AI don't pit as well for Inters now, because that would help me just close the gap down even more to the pack right now. So we'll have to wait and see how this pans out right now. But I don't know what to do right now, but we'll wait and see what you guys think in the chat. But I can see a little bit of spray there off my left front tyre. You may have just seen a little bit of splash there. So this could be pretty close to Inters now, Inters territory. I'm just waiting for Jeff to come on the blower right now. But what do you think we should do, guys? Should we pit now? Because I'm starting to lose a little bit of grip now in these tyres. Seb's still staying out. Stroll's in the pits. So that's the only indication. Do we double shuffle right now? If Stroll's thinking it's wet, do you think we should stay out or do we go for a lap? I just need to know right now. David Down, thank you much for subscribing. No, we'll stay out for a lap. We'll try one more lap. I don't know what tyres Stroll's on, but... And Stroll's out on the hard tyres, and that is what is annoying right now. Jeff just come on the blower right now with a tyre strategy, and that is not what I wanted to see right there. And we've got a yellow flag up ahead, so I don't know what's gone on up here, but all the cars are going to be struggling for grip right now in these conditions. And you can see we're closing in on Magnussen right now in the Haas, and we're going to try and get the job done on him very quickly. They are going to be braking a little bit earlier for corners, so we've got to keep an eye on that. Get a good exit, back end slides out there, but we're going to hold it there very nicely. And we just got to get past Magnussen quickly. Jeff's on the blower again. Don't know why, but back end slides out again, but we get a great exit off the corner. And we're going to go side by side with Magnussen, and he backs out of it completely as we lose the back end there again, as we're going to now hunt down Jody and Palmer, who's just right there, guys. Confirmed change. We're going to pit this lap then. No sign of the DRS being disabled yet, so that's a good sign for us. Hopefully the AI won't react to this and pit for intermediates, because that's just going to be a disaster for me. But we'll wait and see, as I'm losing grip now, and that is not what I wanted to see. I'm just hoping the AI have not pitted right there. So let's see, as Magnussen's going to come back on us then. He's going to go round the outside of 130 yard. Bit of a risky one there for K-Mag, but we're going to hold it. And hopefully the leaders have not pitted for inters. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now, as I think Palmer's coming in. He is. We've got the inters ready for us as we're coming in as well. Under 50, there we go. And everyone's coming out then on the intermediate tyres. And come on, Williams, get me a good stop here. Get ahead, there we go. Good stop there from the boys. Ahead of quite a chunk of cars there. And we're going to jump as well the McLaren of Stoffel Van Dorn. And obviously K-Mag as well. So we're up to P13. And there's a cluster of cars just up the road as well. You can just see all of them there. So we've done pretty well to bring this back right now, but we need to find where Bottas is in all of this, because he's the man we've got to keep an eye on. But you guys know the AI on Ultimate are not great in wet conditions. You guys know this from previous races we've done. This is a great chance to close the gaps down before it gets dry again, and we saw the Red Bulls pulling away from us at the start of the race, especially Ricciardo. So this is now the opportunity to push. Save fuel as well in these intermediate conditions, and then when it gets dry, we absolutely smash it on Rich Mix to the end of the Grand Prix. So now it's the most pivotal stage of this Grand Prix, with this rain now on track. So let's see if we can pull this out of the bag here. We're going to go into first gear just to get the car turned in a little bit there. Get on the power straight away to Jody and Palmer. And we get a great exit as well. Short shifting as well to help the traction on the rears. And it is working absolutely beautifully there. As we head into the heavy braking, to spoon corner we go. And we just got to get that absolutely spot on there. Once again, getting a perfect line. Using good setup here from the Hungary setup. And you can see we're just hunting him down now, Jody and Palmer. Where's the leaders? Bottas is still out there on hard tyres, which is going to mean that once he pits, as we just took a massive cut at 130R there, which I do apologise about, Bottas is going to lose a chunk load of positions. And you know what that means? Stroll's in the pits as well. We are going to take, even if we're in the points, we're going to take even more points out of Bottas in the standings. So a disaster there for Mercedes. Use Rich Mix as well. We're going to try and get past Palmer. There goes a Toro Rosso down the on the inside. Palmer's doing it brilliantly to defend, but we're going to hold it there down into the inside, and we move up to P10. We're now in the points already, and there's about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all in the picture there, guys. So we could be up to P5 by the end of this race potentially, but we've done well here to pull out there a good gap. So all these guys have stayed out an extra lap potentially on dry tyres, because it's the AI, and you know what the AI are like in wet conditions. One person gets it spot on, the other AI driver has to sacrifice a good win here, or a good points finish, for the sake of the team. But Is that Hamilton there? But Sebastian Vettel is just up the road there in P8 right now. So we're doing fantastic in these conditions. As it actually is Bottas there in P7. So he's just up there. Our championship rival is only 2 positions up the road. Make it three positions actually. But we're going to get a good exit on Grosjean, the French baguette. We're going to try and take him on the outside into Spoon, which he does very well to defend. We're going to take a late move then into the inside of Spoon, and we get the job done, and we move ourselves up to P9 with Sebastian Vettel next up on our radar, and then it's Bottas just up there as well. But you got to remember as well, Hamilton as well, he's also in that championship fight. He's going to gain some big points as well if he's up there as well. As we just keep it in the track limits there, but Max Verstappen leads the Grand Prix then for Red Bull. I don't know who's in second or third, but priority for me is to get past all these cars ahead of us. And this is for P4, who is leading that train. I think it's a Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz leading it. So this is going to be intriguing, this last half of the Grand Prix right now, as we've got over 340 people watching this apparently, which is absolutely insane. So thank you very much to everyone watching this right now. As you can see, Vettel's got a poor exit thanks to Bottas there. And this is what I mean with the train right now. If this train stays as it is, they're all going to be slowing down, and they're going to be braking only for corners and have to go slow as well. We're just going to take these positions easily, like a candy from a baby right now, with all of them in this traffic. So this is going to work out absolutely perfectly for us right now to get a back end slide out there. Bottas is right there, guys. If we pass him, we will take points out of him in the championship, but he's down in P7, remember. Just think if we took 25 points out of him, and he gets what? 4 points? 21 points there, guys. Oh, and Bottas broke a little bit early for the corner. Back end slides out there. Nearly clipping the Mercedes as well, but we're going to have the inside line, and we're going to move ourselves up to P7. Now we close on now to Carlos Sainz in that Toro Rosso, which is actually Kvyat up in P4, I believe. So good job there for Kvyat. Right now, if it is, I'm trying to figure out who that is. Is it Kvyat? No, it's Hamilton actually. So it must be Raikkonen up in P3, and then it's the 2 Red Bulls leading the way, but it's hard to judge the cars with these conditions. But we've got a good exit on Carlos Sainz, but he's got, obviously I'm in lean actually, I forgot about that. We're going to go to standard mix. We'll go in lean actually. We'll hold off Sainz for now. We don't want to overtake him. Oh my god. Sainz checked up there because of Alonso and his dirty air. So that was very close to some contact there, which is not what we need. But we're going to start the second half of this Grand Prix then. In P7 we go. As the back end slides out again, we're going to get a good exit there, but we're just going to cruise at the minute. We'll watch Sainz go off into the distance, of course, but we're saving fuel, remember guys, for the last stage of the Grand Prix when we pit for dry tyres, and we nearly make contact with Sainz again. Alonso's doing me a favour here, holding up Sainz with dirty air, and we go round his outside, and we move up to P6 now, as we close in on Fernando Alonso now in that McLaren Honda, doing a great job for that Honda team right there. They've been good on strategy over the last few races as McLaren, so they've pulled it out of the bag once again. But Alonso runs a little bit wide, and we're going to get him on power here and traction, and that Honda engine's going to find it a little bit tricky to pass us there, but he has the inside line, but runs too deep, and we just switch back and we move up to P5 now as we close in on Lewis Hamilton, our fellow championship rival in the series. And we don't know where the rest of the field is, the top 3 right now, but we've got what, 14 laps to go in this Grand Prix, but don't count anyone out just yet. We've got another pit stop to make with the dry conditions coming in. We don't even know if it's going to be dry enough for the soft tyre or even a medium tyre. We'll have to wait and see. But what a race this has been so far here in Suzuka, I've got to say. Absolutely loving this Grand Prix right now. We've had a mixed bag, we've had penalty, we've had a drive-through penalty, we've had everything. But we shall see. But saving fuel is the strategy for us here. Run a little bit too deep there, just clipping the curve as Verstappen still leads then here in Suzuka. As I don't know who's in P2 or P3, but I'm guessing it's Ricciardo and Raikkonen in second and third place. But you can see we've got 1.3 laps of fuel, and I don't know if it's me, but the rain is starting to ease off a tiny bit, but not too much. But the rain we know is going to stop at the end of the race well, the second half of the final half of the race, but we'll wait and see. Hamilton having a poor exit there, and we can just see is that a Red Bull up the road? I'm not too sure if it is or not, but we'll have to wait and see. As we can't pass Hamilton here, so we've got to stay with him for the time being. Just running a little bit wide to save cool the tyres down a little bit, come off the racing line. As Hamilton runs a little bit wide out of that corner, we're going to get a good exit, and we run a little bit too deep there, so we have to back out of it there to avoid losing the back end and spinning it there, which would be another bottle moment, which we do not want to do in this series, of course. Very crucial stages of this championship. Bottas is still holding on to the Ferrari Sebastian Vettel right now, but all we can do is stay behind Lewis for now and just try and get a pass on him as quickly as possible right now. But we get a good exit on him here, good traction as well. Back end slides out there, we're committing here. Oh, nearly losing it there on the grass as well, but we're now on the back of Lewis Hamilton we go into Spoon Corner, which we found so good with our car. And just back end slide out a little bit of oversteer. And we're going to get a good exit as well, good traction as well. Down the inside, we're going to go on Lewis Hamilton on a poor exit, and we're going to move ourselves up into P4. And it's actually Sergio Perez up in P3. What a short drive from Checo there. Perez up in P3 for Force India, but Verstappen still leads this race then, as we need to maybe think about being a bit aggressive now on these tyres. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my God, we've hit the wall. Oh, dear. Guys, I can't reverse it. We get a penalty, so we're going to have to pit again. Oh, dear. We lost the back end into the wall, and we have to pit again. For God's sake. But this could work. This could work, guys, because they may pit again, and we could go for a fresh set there. But what was I doing there? Back end went, and we went into the wall. That was funny, I've got to lie. I've got to say that was quite funny. Oh, Ricciardo there. What's happened to Ricciardo? He's down in 16th place. What happened to Danny Rick? I don't know what's happened to him, but we are going to have to absolutely go for it now. With 11 laps to go, we have to push now. On fresh set of intermediates, but that was funny, I've got to say. 10 out of 10 for execution into the pit lane there for style. You got to admit there, that was good. That was really funny to see that. So let's get some. What do you think, guys? Out of 10 for execution of that drift into the pits. But we're on a fresh set of inters though, so we're going to be quicker by a reasonable amount here to the AI. So we'll wait and see. But that was a good thing to happen there. We're going to take a late lunge on Ricciardo, then into the hairpin. Late, and we get the job done. We're up to 16th place. So let's try with a fresh set as well, guys. Remember, their tyres are going to go off a little bit, and by the end of the race, they may pit again. Of course, so we're only 36 seconds away, so keep an eye on that gap though to Max Verstappen, as we're going to see if the gap drops with fresh set of inters on, if we can close the gap down. So we'll see, but let's get some hashtag not ideal in the chat right now, guys. This is not what we needed, but we just have to get on with it, as we're very wide at 130R, and we get another warning. One more of them, and it will be a slam dunk penalty, so we need to be careful right now as we just try to see the limits we can take, as again the back end slides out there on power, but we just got to go for it now. So we'll see, but I'm pretty sure the AI, knowing them, will pit again for another set of intermediates right now. So all we can do is just push now on this fresh banging set of inters. Get past the likes of Ocon, Stroll, our teammates. Maybe some team orders may need to be played out here by Williams to try and help me here. We're going to go down the inside of Ocon there. Left the door open on that inside, and we move up to P15. Next up for us is Lance Stroll, our teammate, who's been held up by Magnussen right now in the Haas. Back end slides out again. We just gotta go for it. Let's YOLO it right now. Nearly losing it there to Stroll. Go down the inside of Stroll, who's getting that dirty air from Magnussen, so we had to brake early for the corner. We're just going to be like, let's just go for it. Let's go down the inside. And we're going to try and make a lunge on Magnussen into the hairpin corner. He leaves the door open on the inside, remember, like we saw on the last lap there. And we're just going to be like, thank you very much. Up to 13th then. Next up for us is Jody and Palmer next. In the banana car, the black banana car, as I like to call it. I know it's not the real one, but the actual livery for the Renault. But I just love the Renault livery on this game. We've already pulled a second on Max Verstappen already. As you can see, it was 36 seconds at this point at Spoon. And we've already gained a second on him. So this is working out nicely. The fresh set of inters is helping us right now. And we've got a good run here, but we have to brake a little bit early now for 130R. Get a good run as well on Palmer. He's having a disastrous corner there. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Palmer into... Don't know what this corner is. I think it's like Casino or whatever it is, chicane or something. I don't know what the corner's name is. It'll come to my mind in a bit, but we're up to 12th then. As we now hunt down Stoffel the Waffle now in the McLaren Honda for P11. We'll see if this rain's going to ease off then with 10 laps to go. And there's a cluster of cars up the road as well, you can see right there, who are all struggling for grip then on these intermediates, it seems. So we've got now a lot of work to do to close this gap down. And remember, we've got plenty of fuel in the car. We've got about nearly 0.7 a lap. So we can go on for a couple more laps, maybe about 5 laps maybe, of pushing right now on this fuel mixture that we saved in the early phase of this intermediate condition phase right now, as we close the gap. There's 2 seconds there, and it's actually the battle between the McLarens there of Alonso and of course the Waffle right there. So we're doing very well, and just shows you fresh inters can help you close the gap down right there. So I'm surprised no one's pitted yet. I'm quite surprised. If I was like Christian Horner or something, I'd be like, oh, that Massa guy's going 2 seconds a lap quicker than the rest of the field. Let's try and pit. So we'll see what the gap is now. Remember, 35 seconds was the point right there, and it's now 31.7. So we took 4 seconds out of Max Verstappen as we got a battle between the 2 McLarens then. Oh, this is not ideal right now. We have to brake here early for the corner, as they've both gone wide, and we'll be like, thank you very much. Take 2 positions, and we're now back into the points then we go, as we're now going to hunt down Daniel Kvyat next in the Toro Rosso. And actually, the Haas is coming in the pits right now. So the pitting now, they're reacting to me, going 4 seconds quicker right now as we move up to 8th place. Make that 7th place as Stroll's in the pits. We're about to pass Perez, who was P3. And we're now up to P6 then in this Grand Prix. So pitting early has helped us here, as we're closing in on the Toro Rosso right now of Kvyat, who is struggling for grip on his inters right now. We're going to try, got a good run as well, and then down the inside we're going to go on Daniel, and we move up to P5. Next up is the man that we need to pass now, realistically, and that is Valtteri Bottas in that Mercedes, who hasn't pitted yet, I believe. So we'll see if he has pitted or not. We'll see if he comes into the pits this lap or not. But bit of a recovery here, I've got to say, back to where we were. Nearly, of course. Once we get past Bottas, we're back to square one again. So I've got to say, not bad here, I've got to say. A little bit of a back end there. But the only issue I have with this game, which I hope they fix in 2017, is the performance of the Ultimate AI in wet conditions. You guys know, and I think a lot of you would agree with me, they are terrible in an Ultimate AI, I've got to say. And is it me, or it's actually stopped raining, or it's slowly stopping, is a word to describe it. We don't know where. I wonder if Max Verstappen's pitted, I wonder. And he has as well. So we've closed down to 11 seconds between myself and Max Verstappen, as Bottas comes in the pit lane, which is joy for me and joy in the chat as well, as that will mean we're now up to 3rd place in this Grand Prix. We're now in the podium positions as we now hunt down Kimi Räikkönen next in the Ferrari, which I have no idea where he is on the track. And where is he? There he is. He's just going up the hill there in the 1st sector. So we've got to really go for it now in these conditions, as the track is drying up very quickly, as I'm losing a little bit of grip then on these inters right now. But this is a great position for us. We've jumped Perez in the pit stop, so that has worked out actually. that drift into the pits has actually gained us a position. That's quite funny, I've got to say. So maybe we should do more of this drifting into pits moments and move up the field. But we've got 8 seconds to gain on Kimi Räikkönen right now, who I don't know. I think they have pitted both the leaders right now, so if you guys haven't already seen in the top right-hand corner, there's a vote going on right now for who we should, who you think we should drive as in Series 2 of the series. It is between the both Red Bull drivers of Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. You guys have a say. You guys decide who I drive as, and whichever one gets the most amount of votes by the end of the series. And I'll announce the winner as we run very wide at Spoon, right there. So I know I'm in Rich Mix, don't worry. And the rain has actually stopped now. So now this is going to be interesting. Do we take a gamble, stay out, or do we try and pit for dries once it dries up and we get the DRS is enabled sign again? So this is going to be a very tough decision to make. We've seen this in the Nations Cup in Australia, if you guys remember that one. That was quite interesting, but the gap is now just under 10 seconds now. So we're gaining by about half a second to Verstappen a lap. So we are really giving it the full beans right now. Joshua Hanley, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the community. I apologise for anyone that has had their subscription names pop up on the chat, in the stream. I'm just focusing on this race to try and do my best here to win this one. As it stands, we will take points out of Bottas right now in the championship, which is what we need. But we need to get realistically on the podium, which is what we've got, and pray Bottas is somewhere down in 8th or 9th place. That's the only thing we've got to think about in this Grand Prix. But there is blue skies emerging, as you saw there by the Ferris wheel, which means this track could get dry in the matter of moments right now. But we'll wait and see. Gap's down to 7 seconds, but I think Räikkönen is actually gaining on Max Verstappen. I'm not too sure if that's the case, but we've just got to keep going and just see. But what would you guys do in this situation? Would you pit? If it came up with DRS enabled with like 3 laps to go, would you pit for dries, or would you gamble and stay out on inters and pray that you preserve a position or not? What would you guys do in this situation right now? What would you do? But it is still intermediate conditions there. There is a little bit of water off the racing line, so it is still going to be inters for the time being. But I wonder what you guys can do right there. I do not know. Melon, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Ryan 83 community. Hope your stay is a good one as well. And to everyone else that has subscribed, thank you so much. And hopefully your stay is all a good one as well. But the fuel is dropping down in standard mix, which is what I need to see. As we just brake early for the corner, get that absolutely spot on there. But a little bit of a back end there. But the gap is now down to 8 seconds. As I've got a suspicion feeling that Räikkönen is going to cause Verstappen some issues, which will help us close the gap down. But I think it's getting close to dry tyres territory right now. And it will be interesting to see if anyone pits or not with 6 laps to go. If it dries enough here on this lap for the dry tyres. We'll wait and see if Jeff comes on the blower for what he thinks we should do. But for the time being, we're just about to come out of the fuel light being on yellow, which will mean that we should be fine to the end of the Grand Prix on standard mix. But we'll wait and see, as we're just starting to lose a little bit of grip now in these intermediates. So we're going to have to try and come off the racing line to cool the tyres down, just to help us a little bit. But we'll wait and see if we can get a little bit of grip there. But it's still wet, so we're going to pull to the right, get a bit of this standing water that's still on the off the racing line. A little bit of oversteer, but we'll have to just take it there. Run a little bit wide, which is completely fine. We're going to get some of that water just to cool the tyres down and keep them at the optimal range right there. We're going to pull to the right before Spoon gets some cooling down, because these tyres will be steaming right now in these dry conditions, as it is slowly drying up very quickly right now. But we've only coming up then to 5 laps to go then in this Grand Prix. Are we going to pull off something amazing right now? We've pulled off a comeback here with a drive-through penalty and also a spin into the pits as well, which actually worked out for us there in terms of a scheduled pit stop, of course. We're going to come up to the line, and what is the gap then? The gap is now 6.7 seconds, and Räikkönen actually is on the back of Max Verstappen. So this is what I needed right now. I still can't see them at turn 1. So they must be fighting right now into turns up the hill then, which is going to be good for me with the AI all slowing up then behind each other. And there you can see just up the road there is Max Verstappen and Raikkonen starting to squabble, which is what we need, as we're just starting to lose a bit of grip now. We could be going on to dry tyres any moment now, and we could play a spanner in the works for some of these guys up at the front if they don't pit. So will we take a gamble pitting early, or do we stay out until Jeff comes on the blower? It's going to be a tough decision, this is, for anyone right now. If you're Christian Horner or Zach Brown, or is that right? No, that's not right, is it? I don't know, don't even know about people, so this is going to be a very tough decision. But we've got a bit of spray on the cars, but we've only got soft tyres, medium and hards around here. If anyone just said super softs, then I'm afraid you're incorrect right there. So we'll have to keep an eye on what Jeff says right now, but we are starting to lose a little bit of grip now, I've got to say. People are saying pit this lap. I just don't know. I really don't know if it's the right decision yet. It may be a lap too early. Oh, this is going to be a very tough decision, this is. I've got to say. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. We're going to pit for dries. We're taking a gamble, pitting for dry tyres. We're going to pit. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to take the risk now. Let's go for it. We've got nothing to lose. Bottas is down the pecking order, but it should be dry very shortly. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. A lot of you are saying right now, Zach Brown now works for Ferrari. I didn't mean it like that, guys. Come on. Let's see if this works. With 4 laps to go, is this the perfect call, or is it not? We'll wait and see, but we're ahead of Bottas, which is important as well. And you know what? It could be, you know. I think this could be the right call. Just about on borderline here, dry tyres. We're still getting grip with these soft tyres, but it's just not there yet. But we may see the AI pit, or they may stay out. We do not know yet, but we can just see the Ferrari. As long as we play it cool on this first lap to get the tyres up to temperature, this could work for us, but we'll wait and see. We just got to play it cool with the short shifts here. Oh, just about holding it onto the track, so it is close to dry tyre territory, but we'll have to keep an eye on Bottas where he is, but he's nowhere to be seen. But we'll see if this works. Right now, back end sliding everywhere right now, but we're all in P6. And we are going to close points on Bottas right now. And why are we in lean? Let's go up to Rich. Let's just go for it. It is getting close now. It looks dry at Spoon. So I'm taking the lines here. So Raikkonen leads the Grand Prix now. So Verstappen got overtaken by Raikkonen on that lap. So this is going to be very close, this is. Oh, a little bit too early there. I think it may be too early. I've got a feeling it's a little bit too early, guys. I think it's too early. I think it's still wet. We're not closing in. Where's Bottas is the question. Is he oh, wow, he's gained a second on us. I think we've just pitted a bit too early. And I think the AI are actually going to stay out as well. Oh, wow, this is not going to work. This is not going to work here, guys. But it looks dry. I think you guys would agree with me. It did look dry at this point. But we could have the glitch that we saw in AOR, as you guys may know or may not know. It looks dry, but it isn't dry. If that makes any sense. Oh, hello. We've gained a bit on Bottas in the first sector. That's interesting. Up to 6 seconds then. back end slides out again. We're a little bit too deep though, off the racing line. That's not going to help us with the tyres. But we pulled 2 seconds on Bottas in the first sector, which is interesting. So maybe it is somewhat near now. But the question is, are we going to catch up? Can we get on the podium? I think the podium is out of the question, I'm afraid. But... oh, there we go. Hello, lads. Lads, DRS has been enabled. DRS has been enabled. It's dry tyre time. Let's go for it. We've called it there. Oh, yeah. Can take 130 off flat now. Oh, there we go. That's better. This is looking better now. Are the AI going to pit at the end of this lap? I wonder. Nope, they're staying out. They're going to stay to the end of the Grand Prix now. They are going to gamble right now to the end of the Grand Prix. And that's a risky strategy call from the guys, but we are going to be hunting these guys down very, very quickly now. And Ericsson's the first man to blink then out of the Grand Prix. So you've got to remember, all these guys on Inters are going to be struggling now for grip. And look at that, we're actually catching up to both Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel up the road. So this is what we need right now. We could jump 2 positions here, which will help us in the championship actually. I don't think we'll win the race, unfortunately, but there's 3 cars in picture right there, and it's actually the Force India. So we could be on the podium, guys, here, if we really push now. There's a Force India, there's also Sebastian Vettel, and there's Lewis Hamilton as well in shot, and this could be Marcus Ericsson's car parked off to the left-hand side. We've got yellow flags out. It is indeed Marcus Ericsson's car. So we could be on the podium here. You can see Lewis Hamilton now in shot. I wonder if anyone's going to pit here. That'll be interesting if they pit. But on to the last lap then. Raikkonen goes. And we'll see what this gap's going to be. And Hamilton's running a little bit wide at the chicane, 130R actually, so apologies for that, and we need to make contact there with Lewis Hamilton. And is anyone going to pit? No, they're not. Hamilton is still out there. We're going to get DRS as well on Hamilton. We're going to take the opportunity up to Rich Mix, burn some fuel. We've got to get past Hamilton now if we want to try and get a podium here, and we're going to have a good run on him into turn 1. Hamilton runs wide, and we're going to take P5, and look how close we are to a podium position right there. And Vettel's having problems as well. Down the inside we're going to go. Thank you very much. Up to P4. And we're up to Checo Perez then. In that 3rd position there for Force India. Doing a great job. But I think we're going to have to say, unfortunately, mate, we need the points for the championship. We're going to go down is outside. Up to P3. And now, do we catch up to Verstappen here? It's going to be the question on everyone's mind. It's 18 seconds. I don't think we're going to catch him up in a lap, but I think we have one more lap. That would have been interesting, but we're pulling away already. So the cars ahead, behind us actually. So we are going to be on the podium, which will mean we're going to take some points out of Bottas, which is the most important factor in this Grand Prix right now. But we've pulled that off just a little bit too early, actually. I think we pitted too early for tyres, for the dry tyres. But you guys said it was dry. I took your word for it, and it just didn't work for us today, unfortunately. But thank you guys for your feedback on what we should have done in that scenario. So I do appreciate you guys' support and your wise decision right there. So what matters is we've got a podium, considering we had a drive-through penalty as well, and also that drift into the pit lane. But Raikkonen will win the Grand Prix then, and we are going to come home in P3, sorry, with a brilliant recovery drive, I've got to say. So I will take this on the bag very nicely. P3, lads. Definitely going to help us in the championship as well. But we'll take that very nicely as well. So let's see what this is going to do for the championship then. But Ferrari win once again, and Raikkonen picks up his 2nd win in 3 races actually, because I think he won in Singapore if I remember correctly. But there he is. Has won the Grand Prix, Mr. Raikkonen himself. And what a race that was. A very interesting one as well. If you loved it, guys, smash that like button right now and subscribe as well if you want to see more of this series, as it's going to get ever closer. As there's Kvyat in 10th place. You won't be happy under that there. So here's the podium then. And there is us in third place there. Great job there. Absolutely brilliant. Great drive from us. The recovery drive we did there. What a comeback, though. And thank you, Josh, for your comment. I do appreciate that, mate. I do appreciate it. I never gave up, guys. I never gave up with that spin. And also, the drift into the pits is a highlight for me. I will never forget that. So, I should do highlights of the races. Well, if anyone's interested, we could try it out potentially for another video, maybe. So, here's the official results then. You guys know the top three, so I won't go through them. Vettel was down in P4. Perez P5. Hamilton 6. Bottas down in P7, which means 9 points have been taken away from Bottas, which means we're ahead of the average now, which is great news for us, of course. Ricciardo down in 8th from pole position. That's not great for him. Grosjean in 9th, and Kvyat completes the top 10 with Van Dorn just missing out on a point, and our teammate there in 12th as well. But the rest of the field, guys, will be on your screen right there, so you can see your favourite driver if you see him. And the only retiree is Marcus Ericsson for Sauber. So fair play to everyone else finishing the race in these very tricky conditions right there. But let's see what this means for the Drivers' Championship then heading to the United States of America. It means the gap is now down to 28 points with 4 races to go, which means if we win every race now and Bottas comes second, we will win the championship on most wins as well. So now we've got to already basically now pull 7 points a race on Bottas to win this championship. Raikkonen moves up from 5th to 3rd in the standings then. That's great for him, and he's only 10 points behind us as well. So don't count out Raikkonen just yet in this championship, but you never know. We will see. In the Constructors, we're still P3, and we may have to concede to P3 in the standings there to Ferrari. Unfortunately, have pulled out a little bit of a gap there of 54 points. And it looks like Mercedes are now in a bit of a pickle right now, as Ferrari are catching them, with 33 points being the gap between those two right there, guys. So, let's wrap this up then, guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Apparently, we hit over 400 viewers tonight, which is absolutely mind-boggling for you guys subscribing as well. I do appreciate it as well. Apparently, we're close as well to hitting the most viewed likes. Well, the most liked stream I've ever done live, which is 267 likes. I don't know if we've hit the target, but we have, or close to it. You guys are legends, I've got to say. We will be back tomorrow, guys, with a brand new stream on this channel, guys, at 8 o'clock UK time. Also, guys, we're doing a game night right now on Discord, so make sure you come along to the Discord, guys. The mods will post it in the chat right now. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, guys, please do so by subscribing right now and turn notifications on, guys, if you want to see more of this series and other content as well on the channel. Make sure you slap a like as well, guys, and also make sure to vote as well for your driver that you want me to drive as for Series 2, which you can find in the top right corner of the screen as well. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. You are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane for that. So until next time, guys, have a fantastic evening. I shall see you guys in Discord if you want to come along and say hello to me and talk to me if you wish so. But until tomorrow, guys, at 8 o'clock, have a great night. Adios, guys. You've been awesome as always. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new stream. Until then, take care, guys, and let's go for the championship. Come on.